Hey guys, my name is Maddie and this is my YouTube channel. It has been almost a year since the last time I uploaded, but fear not, I am back, at least for now. A lot has happened in 1 year and I'm just here to chat, catch you up on my life, tell you what has happened. A lot has happened. I literally have a list, and yeah, I'm gonna do my makeup and you'll see how I transform this into something a little less this. So we are all in quarantine, hashtag Rona, but I decided that might as well put on real clothing and make myself look somewhat presentable. Also, don't mind if I'm looking in the viewfinder or the, viewfinder for the majority of this video because I did not bring a mirror to my quarantine hideout, so just bear with me. Let me catch you up real quick, girl. The tea. Yeah, it's been a long year, and this was kind of weird, like making a video about like what's happened. Not that anything bad has happened, but it's been quite the year. My last upload was May 17th, I think, and since then it's been quite eventful, and it's kind of weird just like talking about it. I don't really talk about what goes on in my personal life often, but when I started the vlog last year, I was just so excited to just do it and bring people into my life, and I have a normal life. Like, my life's not like extraordinary, like my life's not like out of the ordinary. I have a great life, but it's just weird to like be gone for a year and sort of like spill your guts. Not saying this is gonna be like a super emotional video, but a lot has happened, and yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up because a lot of people have been asking, but because I have been so far from what I really love to do in terms of like YouTube and like making videos, and I've been doing what I love to do regardless. I have not like a bend in my only hobby, but yeah, this was just a hobby to give me a creative outlet and to sort of give me a voice. But now that I've been gone for a year and I'm back, it's like, oh, okay, let's like talk about my life. So yeah, just here to catch you guys up, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so you'll have to forgive me. I just can't do my makeup with my hair down. I might try. I really don't use this a lot. It's a primer. All right, let's get started with this makeup. I really just can't leave my hair down. Heaven forbid I get some BB cream in my hair. I don't even care. All right, everyone. Let me give you a backstory on my makeup journey. I used to be obsessed with makeup. I would wear makeup all the time. I would do the full foundation thing. I mean, I had my days, of course, where I just didn't like. I had my days where I didn't wear makeup, and that was like fine. Like, I was comfortable in my own skin for the most part. But I had a full foundation routine, a full like powder set. I baked my face every day, and for the people who don't understand what baking their face means, I basically put on a crap ton of makeup and a crap ton of powder and let God do the rest. Yeah, it was just like excessive. And like, listen, I'm all for a full beat of the face, but it was just like, skin wasn't healthy. I started to work full time. Like, I started like, you know, I had a 9 to 5 and I just didn't have like time to do it every morning. Like, listen, when you're 20 something years old and you have a 9 to 5, the last thing you want to do is wake up an hour before you have to leave and beat your whole entire face. So I created a different plan. I had a different plan for my life, and that was to figure it out with minimal products. So this is actually like my, I would say like a full face of makeup. Typically I'm like just using powder or whatever, but anyway, that's pretty much the extent. I'm not showing you, like, I don't use fancy makeup anymore. I do very simple routine. But regardless, let me tell you what's been going on. So, since my last upload, which was May 17th, a lot happened, obviously, since then, but May 19th was my sister's wedding. So I sort of had to, you know, I was like, okay, well, I have this footage from the weekend prior or whatever, and I really wanted to get it up before I had like a whole weekend of like, you know, festivities for my sister who's getting married. And I didn't want to like edit over the weekend, and like I had a lot of stuff to do after the wedding. So I was like, okay, I just have to like get this out there and get it, I guess, over with, even though that sounds bad. But that's really what it was. It's like, I just don't want to sit with the footage. And so I edited the video and like got it out there and everything was fine. So yeah, May 19th was my sister's wedding and I was maid of honor and it was really cute. Picture, ding. But yeah, it was a great time. A lot happened that weekend. My like car almost broke down. My brakes went out. I hadn't gotten my brakes checked in I hadn't gotten my brake check. It's embarrassing, okay? I was a new car owner and I was doing little upkeep. Also, let me get, ooh. Yeah, so my brakes, my like brake pads were worn almost all the way down, and as soon as I got on the road, and I left work early that day, as soon as I got on the road, like, I heard a weird noise, and I was like, I can't stop and get my brakes done right now. Like, I have to be there for, like, this rehearsal or that, whatever. And I had to, like, pick my sister up from the airport. It was a whole thing. My other sister. Yeah, so around the time I posted my last video, I had just started a new job, and that was before my, like, DC Georgetown weekend girl trip video. I started my job, like, 2 weeks before then. And it was so fun and like a great time. Really loved the job. Yeah, so it was like I was starting a new, like I was like having a career change, and like I was involved heavily with my church. I still am involved heavily with my church ministry, and like it was just a lot going on at once. So on top of like a new job and my sister's wedding that I was preparing for and XYZ, I like just didn't have time to make a video. And when I wanted to film, I just wanted to live in the moment. And like that's like, people don't realize how like kind of inconvenienced being a vlogger is. Like, you kind of have to like bring a camera around with you, and I love doing that and I love the idea of that, but when I'm with people I just want to be with, like it's hard to sort of disrupt like the natural like vibe or like the day-to-day with like trying to film something and make something entertaining. So that was like a lot of my struggle, is like, oh, I should totally bring my camera this weekend, but I just wanted to live in the moment, and I kind of wanted to just be there with the people I was there with, like Nathan, and like, yeah. So I did my sister's wedding that weekend, and then 3 days later I got engaged. Yes, I got engaged. Here's my ring. I mean, like, have you ever seen, look, my pinky's like, have you ever seen something so gorgeous? You know, you don't realize how difficult it is to speak and do your eyebrows at the same time until you have to do it. So just give me a minute. Really transform my eyebrows here. So yes, after my sister's wedding, 3 days later, two days later, her wedding was Sunday. 2 days later, Nathan proposed. It was beautiful. Insert picture, ding. Yeah, it was like the best day of my life. Well, I'll explain the whole story. I want to do a video with him where we kind of explain what happened, not to chip you guys on the whole story, but it was beautiful. He surprised me with a big party, and it was just like the most amazing day ever, and like I just will never forget that day. And yeah, so ever since the wedding, I got engaged. Still was working in my new job, and it was just like a lot. It was a lot of stuff to do. I was heavily involved with church, and like it was just, I was busy. Like I was very, very busy. Yeah, I started planning my wedding. I traveled a little bit. I went to Texas a few times. For those of you who don't know, my parents live in Texas. I lived in Texas for my senior year of high school. So like that's kind of where they all ended up. My grandparents live there as well. And my aunt's family, like my mom's sister's family. So like I would say Texas is like my home turf, or like that's like going home, but like I only lived there for about a year until they went to college, and I lived in Philly longer than I really lived in like Texas. But yeah, I went to Texas a few times with Nathan, and we like visited everyone, and it was like really fun. Yeah, I traveled, started planning the wedding. And then Thanksgiving and Christmas happened. I went with Nathan's family to New York City for Thanksgiving. There was just a fun opportunity with Nathan's dad's job to be in the city for Thanksgiving and experience everything and watch the parade, and it was just like magnificent. It was a magnificent time. Then life kind of took a turn a little bit. I got laid off from my job, which no big deal, like I'm not heartbroken or anything, but yeah, the company I was working for like switched things up a little bit, got a new president, kind of like, does anyone else put blush on their nose? Because I do. Yeah, the kind of was making some cuts, and I lost my job in October. So that was a switcheroo that I really wasn't expecting. And that kind of like really changed everything. I got to a point where I was like, okay, God, like if this job is not glorifying you, or if this job is not, is hindering me from doing what you really want me to do and doing what I know I'm called to do, then like get rid of it. I really don't need it. And he did. So thank God. But it was just like a big, I guess, shock. But it was all like in God's timing, and I just really am thankful like that it happened. The job was like pretty emotionally exhausting for me, and it was a lot, and it was sort of taking me away from doing what I really am called to do, which is worship leading. It's not YouTube, it's not, whatever. As much as YouTube is so fun for me to do, my true calling is like, my true calling is worship leading, and that's what really keeps me going, is just leading worship and like doing all that. So yeah, so that was a big change. It was 7 months exactly to the day we were supposed to get married, and just changed everything. So I was unemployed there for a few months, and that was October. So it was just a lot. It was a lot, and I was just kind of figuring out what I was supposed to be doing with my life. Started pursuing, some opportunities for worship leading and things like that. But I ended up getting a job in January at a great place, and just started working a normal 9 to 5 there, and it's been great. However, coronavirus hit and canceled my plans to do anything. So as soon as COVID-19 hit the scene, me and Nathan kind of had to make the decision of canceling our wedding and our honeymoon and moving obviously in together. So yeah, life is kind of on pause right now. Life obviously goes on, but in a sense, life is on pause. The main things that me and Nathan were looking forward to were obviously getting married and having a beautiful wedding and, moving in together for the first time, and that has all kind of gone to the back burner for right now. So, as much as it sucks and, it's disappointing, I know that we're not the only people in this position, and yeah, it's kind of been a crazy few weeks, to say the least. I am not in Philly right now. I'm with Nathan's family, and it's been really great sort of getting away. But yeah, in a sense, I'm kind of feeling like, when is my life gonna begin again, or just begin in general? We've been engaged for a year almost, and I didn't want a long engagement. If anything, we would have gotten married like a month after we got engaged, but Nathan is a senior in college, and he's finishing up his bachelor's, and like the biggest events in our lives have sort of been put on pause or are not happening. Like, we won't get the wedding that we planned. We won't get, the graduation on the day he wanted. And it's just like it's all disappointing, but we have to be aware that like we are not the only people going through this. We know people who have had to cancel their wedding and, just not have one. And, we're probably going to just do something small and just figure it out and like have my family here if we can. But, we have to be aware. Oh God. We have to be aware that like my family is thousands of miles away, or over 1,000 miles away, and it's not easy for them to get here amidst a pandemic, and I don't want to risk my family's safety. So we're kind of waiting on getting married until it's safe for people to, come here. And yeah, so, as much as we want to be married so badly, like, we've waited a year, we've been together for 2 years, it's like, we just have to trust in the Lord's timing and just see where it is He actually wants us to go, because, we don't know. We have no idea. We have to just wait on what God wants to do, and yeah. I realized that this video is not as fun as I thought it was going to be. It's like hard talking about things that are going on in your life when you truly just like wish all the things that were going on in your life weren't going on. Yeah, so this is like a big life update, and I am out of mascara. I feel it in my bones. That is my beauty routine. Very simple. Not much to it. So yeah, that's kind of like, it's weird. I can't even like end the video. I don't even know like what to do or say other than like, that's my life. Should I do one of those like beauty vlogger, beauty guru, influencer outros where all of a sudden like their hair is like a million times better? This is my favorite lip gloss for obvious reasons. Good old get ready with me video. Little life update moment. This is honestly the first time I have worn makeup in like 3 weeks. You know, this might have not been the most exciting video you will see during your quarantined adventures, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys what's been going on in my life. Yeah, and just to remind you guys to stay home, stay strong, and you're not the only one whose life is being put on hold. The coronavirus is an issue that is much bigger than whatever it is that's going on. God is in control. Not saying don't worry, not saying don't feel disappointed, because it's okay to feel disappointed, and it's okay to feel anxious, and it's okay to feel like you have no idea what's going on, because you probably don't. I don't know what's going on, but the only thing that we can do right now is to trust that this will all work out and to stay home. Stay home, wash your hands, please be safe. If you can, just stay home. And if you are working, thank you. Please stay safe. Thank you for all your hard work. Being an essential worker is a difficult weight to carry right now. So for the sake of all of our essential workers, please stay home and wash your hands and wear a mask if you can, if you're out, because that will not only protect you from touching your face, but it will protect the people around you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Me and Nathan are going to do a meet my fiance video just so you guys can meet him. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great quarantine. Alright, now I gotta take off all this freaking makeup.